Close your eyes for a moment. Think of someone you trusted completely, someone you gave your time to, your energy, maybe your love. Now think of what they did with that trust. If you felt a sting just now, this video is for you. For centuries, we've been told that the wise forgive, that the noble forget, that holding on to pain is weakness. But Friedrich Nietzsche, one of history's most brutally honest thinkers, disagreed. He believed that some betrayals don't just wound a relationship, they reveal the true nature of the person who committed them, and that some revelations deserve no second chance. Today, we're going deep into Nietzsche's philosophy of betrayal. 9 types, 9 truths, and the ninth one is probably the one that has already cost you the most, without you even realizing it. Betrayal 1. The betrayal of trust. Trust cannot be bought. It cannot be demanded. It is built slowly, quietly, through 1,000 small moments. A kept secret, a promise honored, a presence when it mattered. And it takes exactly one deliberate lie to level all of that. Nietzsche understood something most people miss. When someone knowingly abuses your trust, when they see your vulnerability and use it as a weapon, that is not a mistake. That is a choice, and choices reveal character. Broken trust can sometimes be rebuilt, but it never becomes what it was. Like a bone that healed wrong, the fracture is always there. Betrayal 2. Betrayal through jealousy. Some people celebrate your wins, others quietly bleed. Nietzsche observed something uncomfortable. Most people don't suffer most from their own failures. They suffer from the success of others. When someone close to you tries to dim your light, not because you wronged them, but because your light makes their darkness more visible, they have betrayed not just your friendship. They have betrayed the very possibility of growing together. This kind of betrayal rarely announces itself. It hides in a smirk, in a dismissal, in, I just don't think it's that realistic. Watch for it. Betrayal 3. Abandonment. It's easy to be someone's friend when life is good, when you're winning, when you're useful, when the energy is easy. But what happens when the storm hits? Nietzsche said difficulties are a revealer. They strip away performance and show you what someone is actually made of. The people who disappear when you're at your lowest, they were never really there. They were investing in a version of you that served them. The moment the return dried up, so did they. Betrayal 4. Breaking a word. A promise is not just words. To Nietzsche, it was an act of will, a demonstration of inner strength, the ability to bind your future self to your present commitment. In a world where promises have become cheap, made easily, broken easier, the person who breaks their word deliberately is telling you exactly what they value. And they're telling you it isn't you. Betrayal 5. Emotional manipulation. Some betrayals leave bruises. This one leaves something worse. It leaves confusion. The manipulator doesn't fight you openly. They reshape your reality. They distort what you see, what you feel, what you believe about yourself, until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person looking back. Nietzsche was clear on this. Seeking power through another person's weakness is not intelligence. It is the most profound form of cowardice. Strong people build. Manipulators extract. Betrayal 6. The betrayal of love. Love is the most extreme act of trust a human being is capable of. When you love someone truly, not performatively, but deeply, you hand them something irreplaceable. Your fears, your wounds, the parts of yourself you've never shown anyone. That is why betrayal in love doesn't just damage the relationship, it damages your identity. It makes you question your own judgment, your own worth, and when someone uses your love to deceive you, uses your openness as an opportunity, and they destroy something that can never be fully restored. Some of us spend years rebuilding from that. Betrayal 7. Hypocrisy. The hypocrite wears 2 faces with perfect ease. To your face, warmth, support, loyalty. Behind your back, criticism, contempt, disloyalty. Nietzsche despised this above almost all else. Not because it was cruel, cruelty can at least be honest, but because hypocrisy kills truth. And without truth, no real human connection can exist. An honest enemy is less dangerous than a dishonest friend. At least you know where you stand. Betrayal 8. The betrayal of your dreams. This one is subtle, insidious, often dressed up as concern. You share an idea, a goal, something you've been quietly nurturing, and instead of fuel, you get ice water. That's not realistic. You're not really the type for that. I just don't want you to get hurt. Nietzsche's entire philosophy was built on one idea. Human beings must constantly strive to become more, stronger, freer, more fully themselves. When someone tears down that striving, not to protect you, but to protect themselves from the discomfort of your growth, they are not just criticizing a dream, they are attacking your future. And that is one of the most toxic betrayals of all. Betrayal 9. Self-Betrayal. This is the most serious, the most painful, the most destructive, and it's the one we never talk about. How many times have you accepted the unacceptable? How many times have you swallowed disrespect to keep the peace? How many times have you abandoned your own values, your own knowing, to be liked, to be accepted, to avoid the discomfort of conflict? Every time you betray yourself, every time you say yes when every part of you is screaming no, every time you shrink yourself to fit someone else's comfort, you are walking away from the person you could become. Nietzsche called this the greatest tragedy of human existence. Not that we are hurt by others, but that we become complicit in our own diminishment. No external wound runs as deep as that, because it doesn't just take something from you, it takes you from yourself. Conclusion, here's the truth Nietzsche leaves us with. Everyone will be betrayed by a friend, a partner, a family member, a colleague. That is simply part of being alive and choosing to trust. But the real question is never, should I forgive? The real question is, what has this person shown me about who they are? Because some mistakes deserve a second chance, but some betrayals are not mistakes. They are revelations, and when someone shows you clearly who they are, the wisest thing you can do is believe them. Protect your mind, protect your time, protect your energy, not with bitterness, but with clarity. That is what Nietzsche called strength. If this video made you think, leave a comment below. Which of these 9 betrayals has hit you the hardest? We read every single one. Subscribe to Booked Wisdom for weekly philosophy and psychology content delivered the way a wise friend would. Honestly, simply, and without the jargon. See you in the next one.